On today's episode of the Cryptoverse, Hong Kong regulators issue an official statement on initial coin offerings, and Raiden moves to the Ethereum testnet, bringing mainstream scale one step closer. All of that and a mini market roundup on today's episode of the Cryptoverse, so stay right there. Hi there guys, welcome to the latest episode of the Cryptoverse, your regular dose of news and commentary on Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies and blockchains. I'm your host, Chris Coney, the founder of Cryptoversity, the online school where you can learn about Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies and blockchains. Find out more at cryptoversity.com. So let's head over to CoinMarketCap for the market roundup. Look at this, $7 billion of trading in the last 24 hours. That's a decent amount of money for the crypto world anyway. So let's begin giving out my 5 awards. Actually, today we may only give out 4 awards because, would you believe this, the whole top 100 is green. Except for one. I actually did find one single loser today. So let's start with the biggest loser, shall we? It's down there, 74th place. Usually I restrict it to the top 20, but I had to go all the way down to 74th place to find a coin that had lost value. So GX shares has lost 0.12%. But other than that, every other coin is showing a gain, and quite a lot of them are showing double-digit gains. So let's go for the biggest winner in the top 20, which is XoJrvgobQAtphXmcxStATPJQUgZYpWVMFu with a 30% gain in the last 24 hours. Up there at $10.95, $1 billion market cap, and 121 million of trading volume. Now XoJrvgobQAtphXmcxStATPJQUgZYpWVMFu sat there in 12th place by market cap, right underneath the most traded altcoin of the day, which is Ethereum Classic. I know technically the most traded coin is LiteCoin, but that seems to win it so often, I don't even know if I can include it in this category. Because again, nearly $1 billion of LiteCoin has been traded. So it may be kind of pointless giving out a most traded coin award if the same coin keeps winning it. So I'm dropping down to the next most traded coin after LiteCoin, and it's Ethereum Classic, with $243.5 million of trading volume in the last 24 hours on Ethereum Classic. And Ethereum Classic itself is up 13.45% to $17.37, and a $1.6 billion market cap, keeping Ethereum Classic in the top 10. So we've done biggest winner, biggest loser and most traded coin award. I'm going to give the honorable mention here to Bitcoin, which is in the top 20 and up 20.78% to $0.002. So it's a fraction of a cent. $378 million of market cap, just keeping it in the top 20 there. Its next nearest competitor for market cap is Steem. Steem's down there with $363 million of market cap as compared to Bitcoin's $378. So it's a good $15 million ahead there. Steem's doing quite well today though, just at 21st place there, with a 36.49% gain in the last 24 hours. Unfortunately, it's not in the top 20, so it doesn't qualify for my little awards. And in terms of the crazy coin award of the day, I thought we were going to get bigger than this, but with a 72.6% gain, we've got Syscoin down there in 45th place. So a 72% gain for Syscoin, up to 33 cents a coin and $174 million market cap. Now, interestingly, if you've never heard of Syscoin before, I hadn't really looked into it much, but having a quick look at it, it's forked the Bitcoin code base. It's mined with Bitcoin, meaning it uses the Bitcoin miners to build its blockchain. And it's talking about, it's got quite a few interesting features, one of which is a fully decentralized marketplace on the blockchain. So it's kind of like if you mixed Bitcoin with OpenBazaar, but did it on the blockchain. So they say Satoshi's original vision for Bitcoin was to have a fully decentralized marketplace on the blockchain, and they claim to have that. It's built right into the wallet. There's a little tab in the wallet called Marketplace. So you can put a listing in there, submit it, and then not only does the offer details go onto the blockchain, but also then the transaction buying and selling can happen right there in a true one-to-one, person-to-person, no middleman, trustless kind of a way. I mean, from that screenshot, it kind of looks like the Dash Core wallet, doesn't it, with the blue and so on. But that's what Syscoin's doing right now. So I just picked out that one feature. It's got dozens of other features, but the decentralized marketplace thing seemed to stand out to me as something kind of unique. All right, so that's it for the quick market roundup. Let's move on to the news stories for today. Starting off with a quick reminder. So a quick reminder is that the BitBrum show is coming up. This is a free cryptocurrency show that's coming up in Birmingham in the UK on Sunday the 19th of November 2017. Why am I talking about it? Well, I'm going to be there. So if you ever wanted to meet me in person, this is an opportunity. If you ever wanted to avoid me, then don't go anywhere near Birmingham on Sunday the 19th of November. Tickets for delegates are coming soon, but if you would like to be an exhibitor at this event, then the organisers are inviting people to apply. So I'll put a link to this page, which is the exhibitors page, in the show notes for today. Hope you can come along to that. It's going to be a good show. Okay, next story. The Hong Kong Securities and Futures Commission issues a statement on initial coin offerings. Well, this comes on the back of the China ban of initial coin offerings. So I guess the Hong Kong regulators were like, we best make our position clear on this. So they've basically taken a similar stance to the United States on this. They say if it looks like a security, acts like a security, they're going to treat it as a security. They also say here that as long as the Hong Kong public are being targeted for an ICO, then a license is required. Well, I can't see how that's going to work legally, to be honest. If a Hong Kong citizen voluntarily decides to participate in an ICO that is conducted, say, by a Canadian company, I would assume that interaction is governed under Canadian law. Without a specific governing law, there'll be like hundreds of overlapping jurisdictions, right? We'd have like an Australian ICO with Chinese, American, Japanese, and African participants. Then we'd have an African hosted ICO with Indian, Japanese, and Brazilian participants. And in that case, does that mean that Indian, Japanese, and Brazilian regulators have power over the African company that's hosting it? And to me, that just seems ridiculous. I mean, I'm no legal expert in any way, shape, or form. However, the whole point of specifying the governing law in a set of terms and conditions is to create an agreement between those two parties. In fact, most laws are created that way, right? Between two people who make a contract. It's a private law that comes into existence by the fact that two people make a specified and a customized agreement. And then the public laws that are written by governments are there as kind of a default when no individual agreements exist or when there's a dispute, right? Again, I have absolutely no legal qualifications whatsoever, so please let me know in the comments below what you think to this whole concept I've just described about private laws and public laws, the thing I just spoke about. So let me know about that in the comments below. Next story, Raiden launches on the Ethereum testnet. Now this is something I've learned, which is to keep an eye on the GitHubs for these projects, because as soon as something gets uploaded, you can see it. Of course, the developers, are not good at making official press releases and announcements, so this is a good way to get the inside track or the breaking news from the projects themselves. So here's the Raiden GitHub repository with all of the info on it. Now, they have their own official site as well. It's just a web page that describes what Raiden is, and their tagline is high-speed asset transfers for Ethereum. But quoting from their official website here, it says that this payment channel technology promises to scale Ethereum to millions of transactions per second, get transactions confirmed within a fraction of a second, keep transactions private, and lower fees by 7 orders of magnitude. And all of that will allow like microtransactions to become practical at last. Now they do give a few examples here further down under the applications heading. They say things such as, like, imagine a decentralized YouTube where you would pay the creator for every second of video that you watched instead of having to pay for ads. Another use case would be, say, a decentralized exchange where trades are instant, pretty cool. And then imagine selling your spare computing resources and pricing it in like micro units, maybe even selling your hard drive space on a per kilobyte basis or something like that. That would be cool. And imagine all of the things we've not even conceived of yet, right? When this kind of scale becomes possible. There is one thing that I think Ethereum has over EOS, right? Ethereum it's been out there in the wild for a lot longer. and therefore it's had time to build a community, an ecosystem, and it's supported more widely than any other smart contract platform out there. So EOS is going from a standing start, and that's going to be the toughest part, will be establishing the foundation upon which to build some momentum. The question is, do you think that Ethereum will have the market sewn up by the time EOS launches? That's an interesting discussion. Let me know in the comments below. Alright guys, thanks very much for joining me today. If you liked this episode, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you're new around here, get subscribed. And if you would like access to my very best material, such as my structured online courses that will teach you things like how to make and save money with Bitcoin, check out cryptoversity.com. Alright guys, that's all for today. I'll be back tomorrow with another episode of the Cryptoverse. So until then, it's me, Chris Coney, saying bye for now.